When my baby girl was born in July, it was one of the most exciting and challenging moments of my life. I was learning to be a mom from the NICU and then at home with my baby on oxygen because in Colorado Springs, our beautiful mountain air can make breathing a struggle. It didn't take long to find another parent who spent the first few days of their baby's life in the NICU as their little lungs worked extra hard to breathe in thin air.
To hear that it can affect a baby coming into this life, that's brand new to me. Hi, baby.
Former KKTV morning producer Jose's full-term baby's oxygen was low, which meant 3 days in the NICU and 3 months at home on oxygen.
I brought him into the newsroom and everybody was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I was like, well, it's the altitude. He's not adjusting to it just yet.
It's like an extra whammy that we have less oxygen in the air. This is the little nasal cannula.
Dr. Vicki Bailey is the NICU medical director at St. Francis Hospital in Colorado Springs.
We have a space for the mother.
Sitting at 7,000 feet above sea level, she says it's the highest level 3 NICU in the United States.
Even full-term healthy babies oftentimes have no other problems whatsoever other than an oxygen requirement.
And Dr. Bailey says even if you're pregnant in Colorado, your baby does not adapt in the womb.
That is not the case at all, in fact. When I did first come here, I'm not a native of Colorado, so it was a culture shock for me. Where I had practiced medicine previously, no baby was on oxygen.
It's something that then affected her own grandson, who originally went home like any other healthy newborn.
He was 5 days old when he was found to not be oxygenating well at home.
Parents may choose to use a home heart and oxygen monitor like an Owlet DreamSock.
It helps us sleep at night.
They are FDA approved. I believe that they're accurate. I'll just be really honest. The reason that my daughter brought her son back into the hospital to check on him was because he had an Owlet sock and it went off. She tried, putting it on a different foot, and when that number, was in the 80s instead of the 90s, like she had been told it's supposed to be, she brought her baby in to get checked, and the number was very similar, and he was readmitted for that. If she had not had that, though, the first thing that happened was that she did notice that her baby looked a little different. She thought that he was a little dusky around the mouth.
Even if you go home without needing supplemental oxygen, all parents should establish care with a pediatrician right away and know the signs for a baby struggling to breathe.
If he was eating great yesterday and he's not eating as great today, if he seems more tired, you should probably call your pediatrician.
And for at least the first few months of life, Dr. Bailey says ask your pediatrician before taking your baby to any higher mountain towns like Breckenridge that sits at nearly 10,000 feet, or even a ride up Pikes Peak where the air is even thinner at 14,000 feet.
I have had family members call me and ask me, do you think it's okay to go? And I always say no. I don't think it's okay to go.
Dr. Bailey and Jose both want parents to know this is just a short chapter in your baby's life.
Your baby's healthy. They don't have a lung disease. There's not something wrong with your baby. You have a healthy baby. Even though you're taking your baby home on oxygen, it's only because you live here at the foot of Pikes Peak.
I definitely was scared. I said a prayer, but everything worked out, and he's super healthy and crazy, normal kid.
And typically after a month or two, you'll ditch the cumbersome tank and cord and know your baby is breathing easy on their own. Dr. Bailey says because there are not NICUs doing research on this at high altitudes, there's no data to share what percentage of Colorado babies this affects. This is also why there are not any official guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics or CDC when it comes to whether it is safe to travel with your baby to higher altitudes. She says that is why it is so important to have an open discussion with your pediatrician.